Hello again. In this video we're going to be talking about drills, different size drills, cordless and with cords, and how they work, the bits that are involved and the tips that you use on them and different things like that. So we're going to start off with smallest and the least power and work our way up. So this one right here, this is a drill, a cordless drill by Ryobi, 18 volts. And you may not know how you get 18 volts decent power, better than a 12 volt, but you're not going to get much power as you would with a cord, 110 volts coming out of the socket. Okay, this is known as a chuck, and this is a hand chuck. This is when you put the bit in and you tighten it down and loosen it up just by holding your hand. So I have, these are bits here. We'll go over bits in a minute, but I'm going to show you what to do here. So an assortment of bits. They're all numbered here. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch bit. Goes in the chuck and forward and reverse by this button right here. Clockwise or righty-tighty is it? Okay, so to tighten it down, I hold my hand like that, and that's it. Okay, and if I want to take it out, I put it in reverse, and it'll come out. That's the hand chuck. And if you've noticed on that, it got bound up down at the bottom, so it has limited power. Forgot the cord. Hold on. I'm going to get the cord. Okay, now we're going to move into the cord drills. 110 volts coming out of the wall. So this has more power than the cordless one, and it still has a hand chuck. Same thing here. If you don't get the chuck, the bit tight enough around the chuck, the bit's going to slip as you go in. But as you can see, this is a 5 amp drill, so it has a lot more power than that. Same thing though, forward, reverse. And to take the bit out, put it in reverse and hold the chuck and it'll loosen up. Now we're getting into the big boy, the big rigid. Now, when you start getting into bigger bits, they don't have a hand chuck anymore. They have a keyed chuck. Now here, you tighten it down by hand to start with, but then to finish it off, it's got this key and these teeth here. You put it in like that, and you tighten it down. So you could get this the bit a lot tighter in there. Yeah, you can tell. This is an 8 amp drill. So a lot more power. It even has this handle on it. So these are drills. And the bit I have in there will go through wood primarily, but it'll go through soft metal too, but not really any hard metal or any concrete or anything like that. So I'm going to show you a couple other types of bits we have. And this one not by hand, you got to use the chuck key to get it out of there. Okay. And the chuck key is usually attached to the cord. You should leave it attached to the cord. So always put your bits back where you got them. So let's look at a couple other bits. Right here, I have what are called paddle bits. These are strictly going through wood, and this is a 1-inch bit. So it'll make a 1-inch hole, and you got 3/4 and 1/2 inch there. Yeah, this is a 1/2 inch one. I can put this in here right now. Like that. Hand chuck. These newer cordless drills also have an adjustable torque on them. You can adjust the torque on these things so you don't strip your screws or whatever you go in there. All the way from 1 up to 20. You can do it. So that's what the number's here for. The newer drills, some of the newer drills, the cordless ones, have this torque adjuster. Another type of bit is what's called a hole saw bit. So it's kind of like similar to a paddle bit where you can get a bigger hole, but this one allows you to get huge holes. In fact, you can get these hole saw bits up to 5 inches big. And that you have to be very careful with that because that gets a lot of torque and it could bind up and hurt you. But you start it, then you could put these in a regular drill and they'll work. So that's a hole saw bit. Other one I have is what's called a concrete bit. You can see there the tip of the bit's different. This is made to strictly go through concrete. If you try using a bit like this going through concrete, it will not work. You see the difference in the tips? Okay, different. That's made strictly to concrete. This one you'll have a hard time even going through wood with this one. This one you'll wreck the bit if you try and go through concrete with it. And so drills are strictly for drilling holes. The correct way to use a drill is for drilling holes. These drills right here, these cordless ones, you could actually drive a screw with it, and I'll show you how to do that a little later. But these drills right here, this one and this one here, strictly for making holes with bits, not really for driving screws in. This cordless here, because of this torque adjuster, you could drive a screw with it. And that's it.